Well, good afternoon, family. It's good to see you guys again. So today I've got something pretty special lined up. Like I've said before, I'm a health and wellness freak. I've in the past always focused on the physical health. So again, for moving forward, I'm going to be really focusing on mental health, but my fallback is always physical health. So today I'm meeting with a colon hydrotherapist. I would prefer if you guys looked into that yourself to see what that entails, but long story short, it's a way of doing a very deep detox through the colon and emptying the colon in a very gentle but very intense, like truly deep way. Because of that, I've had to do some fasting today, and also for dinner it's supposed to be incredibly light, so I'm making a vegetable soup. This isn't coming from a recipe, I'm just kind of making it up, but let me show you what we got. Alright, so what we got going on over here is some green beans, organic green cabbage, curly parsley, some carrots, leeks, got a yellow onion and a white onion. I've got bone broth. We're gonna do 3 of them that are just plain chicken bone broth. And then we got one that's spicy for a little extra flavor. Bone broth is so much more nutrient dense. There is all sorts of great things in the bone marrow. And I'm sorry for you vegans if that's real gross for you, but that's what we're doing. The bone broth is, again, it's just more nutrient dense than say chicken stock or chicken broth. And then my favorite way to spice things is these powerhouse flavors like garlic. We got shallot over here, minced onion. I love layering flavors. And another great way to get a boost of nutrition and raised vibration is by using fresh herbs. Fresh herbs have so much life in them. It is awesome to get them incorporated into your diet. So let's go ahead and get all this stuff washed up and cut up. All right, y'all. So 2020 was one of the most intense years of my life. Yeah, everyone says that. Bless you! With everything happening with COVID and with there being conflicting information in every regard, like there's a doctor, a scientist, a celebrity, a politician, there's someone paid on both sides of the argument to tell you that something is or isn't good for you. So after finding nothing but conflicting information wherever I was looking in regards to finding stuff to keep my family safe and well, I decided to hit up a naturopath. A naturopath is just like an Eastern-minded doctor. Western medicine is less than 150 years old, and in the grand scheme of things, that's very young. And Eastern medicine is thousands of years old, and it's not alternative medicine, it's the original medicine. So that naturopath used my DNA and scanned hundreds of thousands of various things, essential oils, foods, toxins, vitamins, minerals. So she was able to give me a month-by-month scan of where my toxicities, where my deficiencies, what systems and what organs are needing help or support, various things that are in my environment that are making a real difference in my body and my overall wellness. So long story short, I had grown up a vegetarian, or what they call a flexitarian, mostly vegetarian, but with little poultry and fish here and there. But I'd probably say that I ate meat like 2 to 4 times a week. And this naturopath told me that I had been eating wrong for my body type my whole life. I'm supposed to be eating a paleo diet, which is mostly fats and protein. Our brains are made out of fat, our brains run on fat, and we have been taught that fat is our enemy. So just like everything else, what we've been taught is a lie. This long story long is just my way of saying that I use bacon fat for my grease or my fat whenever I'm sauteing vegetables, which is what I'm about to do for the first step for the soup. So I've got a big old scoop of bacon fat, and I'm gonna put 2 of those into my giant pan. I've got like a camping kettle going on here. The thing that I have to say that's specific about meat is that we've been lied to about that too. Meat isn't necessarily bad, but our meat that we commonly know and eat is dirty and it is raised so wrong. That's the part about meat that is actually very terrible, is that the way it's raised is absolutely wrong. For example, a cow that you might get a burger from, let's say Outback. You go out to Outback and you get a burger. Maybe not Outback. I take that back. Outback has the grass-fed beef. That's why I said them. All right, so somewhere else that's not Outback is going to just give you some regular beef. That beef, that cow was born and raised in a warehouse. It never saw grass. It never saw the sun. It never saw running water. It never walked except to go be slaughtered. They were raised on a disgusting diet that was not natural, of like soy and corn, all GMO. All those animals grow at a disgustingly outrageous rate so that they will sexually mature and can then produce milk or more babies for meat. And this cycle is absolutely disgusting. Like, if you look at that meat under a microscope, it doesn't look at all the same as a cow that was raised on a smaller farm where it had good quality of life and ate grass and maybe the occasional bug and like was in the sunshine and was treated with kindness up until the day it died. Those two meats are different and they will do different things for your body nutritionally. So again, I've learned tons of stuff this year, including even some of the naturopathic and holistic sciences that I had learned over 15 years ago. Those sciences are old. What was correct back then is no longer regarded as facts anymore, and that was a hard pill to swallow, but it's all a learning process and I love it. So the soup that I'm making tonight, it's just off the top of my head. I just thought what vegetables looked nice at the store and what would go nice together. So it's kind of a little bit of an Italian theme. The spices that I'm going to be using are poultry seasoning. Again, this isn't going to have any chicken, but I got a poultry seasoning here with some larger pieces. I like the bigger pieces, but because I'm a texture person and I'm a flavor person, I also have almost a similar thing with the same ingredients, poultry seasoning, but it's like pulverized. So we're going to start off with the onions. I always like to get my onions kind of caramelized, even browned, definitely translucent, and sometimes I forget them because I have ADD and they get, extra tan and toasty, and that's all right too. But let's go.
All right, y'all, it's screaming in there. As you can see, the onions did get forgotten about, per the usual for me. And they're just extra tan. It's fine. They'll be delicious and roasty flavored. I got cabbage, leeks, green beans, white and yellow onion, carrots, and I'm now going to sprinkle it with some apple smoked sea salt. I love all my salt sea, and I love it smoked. I'm going to give that a stir, but I need 2 hands.
Alright, so here we go. I've already put 2 of the bone broth in, and I wish I would have got it on camera because the sizzling noise was really satisfying. But now I'm going to put in these next 2 here into the mix. And then I'll be putting in my dry spices. And I realized that I've got kind of a lot of zucchini in the fridge, so I'm going to throw some of that in, but I'm going to do that toward the end because the zucchinis are tender little guys and they'll fall apart. Alright, so we're ready for like our almost final steps. I've got the zucchini all cut up waiting. Over here we've got spices already picked out. I've noticed during this lovely COVID season that I do better with these already dried herbs, and I still get the like banging garlic flavor. Like, I don't even miss fresh garlic anymore, which is, as like a health nut, that seems like it's like sacrilegious to say. Garlic's so wonderful and powerful, but like I was mentioning earlier with the leeks, the reason why I buy 2 is because I've often found that one has gone bad. And so these little guys over here, shallots, they're like if garlic and onion had a baby, and when I get them fresh, they're very often same thing. They're unusable when I get them home. So getting them dried is a great way to have them stay fresh and you still get that amazing flavor. Over here is just some minced white onion. Only in my 30s and like high 20s did I start embracing and using onion, and it changed my cooking. Like, I love cooking, I love flavor, I love spices, but I am a real texture person, so I've never been able to handle the texture of onions until like my high 20s and in my 30s. Over here we've got a little bit of ginger. I feel like adding a small amount of minced ginger to almost any dish just changes the life of it. It just brings it just this very bright burst of fresh flavor, and it doesn't necessarily change it too much, like swaying the flavor. It just brings a bright element. I can't really describe it. It's really nice. I add it to my tacos and everything. This guy over here, again, this is just poultry seasoning. There's some more onion, more garlic, so we're gonna have a lot of repeat flavors, but that's just the more the merrier. So this one is not measured out. And a lot of my cooking, I'm just doing it by hand. I'm just remixing. I'm just doing this as I'm making it up as I go along, and that's perfect. So I'm just gonna kind of, you know, covering the top. That looks pretty good. Here goes our ginger. I feel like ratatouille.
It's getting fancy with the spices.
And last, I've got this powdered poultry mix. So again, I'm just gonna eyeball it, just kind of shake and assume it's going to be delicious. So I'm gonna give that a little stir, a little zhuzh. It's just kind of, I'm letting all those vegetables just get kind of like fork tender. So the real test is gonna be the carrots. So I will taste test one of those in a couple minutes. In a separate pan, I'm going to get these, it's for the kids. We around here, we embrace our inner child like crazy. So my youngest is 12, my oldest is 16. I got one at 14 right in the middle. But we love like kid stuff, like kiddie stuff. So I was like, what kind of noodles do you want? And so we saw these dino ones and we were like, yes. So those will be for the kids. For us adults with our fancy appointment, we will avoid the sticky gooiness of the flour and the gluten for today. All right, y'all, so this is the last step. I've got the pasta water almost boiling. You can see that it looks all murky and creepy and pink at the bottom. I use pink Himalayan salt for all of my boiling water scenarios, whether it's pasta or potatoes or blanching vegetables. Like, this is my thing, this pink Himalayan salt. Makes a nice night light. It also is amazing in the bathtub. So as soon as this gets to a really big rolling boil with those big huge bubbles in that, we'll throw in the dino pasta and our soup will pretty much be ready. Thank you for dining with us, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's totally done and put in the bowls. Well, y'all, here it is. It looks amazing. I just tried it. It is amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and write down what I did so I can remember it for next time. I love when just an idea out of the blue turns out so well. It doesn't always happen, but this was a fabulous, fabulous day. So thank you guys for joining me while we make this lovely little vegetarian soup. Again, it's not vegan. I hope I wasn't too offensive with all my bacon grease. But I had a great day today with you guys, and I can't wait for more. Blessings, blessings, blessings to you all.